Hello everybody, this is Uncle Barrin. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a bit since I popped out some videos and I apologize guys. I explained in another video I did on the Rising World that I moved from one end of Ocala, Florida to the other, and it's a pretty big area, but it was about a 2-hour drive. Not huge, right? But since then I've actually hired a company and moved to Oklahoma. I know what you're thinking. What the fuck you moved, Uncle? Or you moved to, I almost said Uncle Barrin. I'm exhausted, guys. You have to excuse me. I'm a little punchy right now. It's been a long, well, it's been a long few days. It's been a long few weeks. And so anyway, I moved to Oklahoma. I got a friend here. He's got an RV I'm staying in for right now. And, it is what it is. I needed to get out of there. 16 years there with my wife, just a lot of memories. And, it's hot there. It's miserable. The summers are just super long. Of course, I went from one extreme to the other. I get here, it's freezing. It is freezing, people. I spent 16 years in Florida, and I come down here and it hits 20, and Uncle Barnes about ready to crack in half and die, but it's all right. I'll acclimate, man. I grew up in Mass, so 40 years of one of the snowiest states in the Northeast. We didn't just get snowstorms. We got 3-4 feet snowstorms, okay? Power would be out where I lived, where I grew up in Beckett, Mass.
Hope nobody needs this
and it would go out for like 2 weeks, and I'm not even kidding. It was an experience, but I wouldn't take it back for nothing. I loved it there. My parents, raised us all there. And if you hear my dog whining, don't just excuse him. He's mad because he wants something, and he can't have it right now. So anyway, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. When I left off the series, I just have the save in there. It says YouTube series 2, which is what I'm on. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to loot this place, which I probably normally wouldn't do. But I'm sure I'm sitting on an ass ton of food here. Let's look. Yeah, I can leave it. I mean, this is ridiculous. All right, let's go into our journal because it's been a few weeks. Almost a month, actually. So I have no idea really what I did. I know I started off in Timberwolf because I always do. So that's fine. So we got Timberwolf, Pleasant Valley Hunter's Blind, Prepper's Cache. Well, it's right down the rope. It's kind of hard to miss. The Farmstead, the Farmhouse Basement, Farmhouse. Really didn't do a whole lot in between. Signal Hill I got, radial control huts. That probably means I've fixed it. I might have to jump back up there just to check. I'm not sure if I did. I usually note it. All right, we're on day 21. Let's see here. So, cave system, lower dam, Mystery Lake. So we went to Carter.
I need some
Train bridge, train loading area. It's kind of weird. I don't have no notes. I usually always make notes. I was thinking about just starting a new series all together because I borked the first one. Okay, so we've been to the gold mine. Let's see. Timberwolf, so we were back there. Crystal Lake, Mountaineer's Hut, landing gear. Okay, so we checked Misty Falls picnic area, which means I did the ice cave. I don't know if I have Splunker's lantern. No, I do not, so we have to still find that. We don't have to, but I would like to. It uses less fuel. And, just keeping an eye on things here. And I am literally freezing my ass off right now, by the way. I got a space heater in an RV. So, I do have a gas stove, though, so if I need to, I can put some water on there and boil it. That'll help take the edge off a little bit. The end room I sleep in, I got a fleece blanket hanging over the doorway. And it really does wonders. I got a little space heater and I put it on one and it'll roast you out of there. So I only really got to put up with this while I'm out. During the day mostly. Right now it's nighttime. It's like 6:30 p.m. right now. So, all right. Well, let's got the technical backpack and an entirely large amount of food. Let's check our gear out. think we've been down this road before. This is not better. It is wind protection wise. Protection wise, this is better. This, wet wise, it's not better. 3.5 on the temp rating and 1.4. So I'm altogether sticking with the Fisherman's. I know we've talked about this before on the channel, but yeah. It's a good sweater, though, if you don't have either one. You know what I mean? Like, if you come across it, you don't have the Fisherman's, you don't have the Kawikin, Kawakan, Kawaka, Waka, Wiccan, the Kawichian, Wiccan. Anyway, enough of that. All right, so let's stash some stuff. Okay, go back in here. It's going to be a little slow going out the gate, guys. It's been 3 weeks. I've moved. Dog died. I had to get to Oklahoma. I'm still not unpacked. Place is a freaking mess. I mean, if you've seen it in here, oh my God, man, you thought I was complaining about it before when I was at my sister's. This is terrible. In retrospect, I really honestly think I should have held on to my house and somehow made that work. But the problem with that was where I was so far out the blatant countryside that, like, I had no car. Our car, about 2 months after my wife passed in January this year. I said last year before. It's this year. Obviously, January's this year. January 26th, to be exact. The car died. Transmission just cut out. Wouldn't go past second gear. So I had a local shop look at it. The guy's like, it would cost more. The car wasn't beat up. I mean, it was a 2004. 21 years old. So, I mean, it was older. But it ran great. Never broke down on us. Had good brakes, good exhaust. The interior looked like complete and utter hell. Had roll-up windows, no amenities. But it got from A to B. It was what my wife and I called an A to B car. I paid $1,200 for it, and we drove it almost 10 years or more. I can't remember to be exact. So no vehicle where I was, made it hard because an Uber, to town to get anything was like $68, back and forth. And I just didn't have that on disability. I'm disabled. So it's rough to get back and forth when you have a very limited income and, trying to keep the lights on. And in Florida, the only thing that sucks is you have central air. Well, I finally got it fixed a couple of years ago. And so it's like, it's expensive. You know what I mean? So it's like, see, now I'm going to drop that. I got the curators on me. So I did find that. Okay, cool. Cool, that'll save us from that bracket, right? But anyway, it's such a long ways out. And, the food wasn't really an issue because I don't eat a lot. You guys would be, like, shocked. I eat, like, if I eat, I'll eat a hot dog. Right, or a half a sandwich, and I'm good for 6-7 hours. I just don't eat. From all the surgeries I've had in my abdomen, I got a lot of neuropathies, and I get extreme burning, stabbing pain when I eat, and it makes me extremely nauseous. And that was from the gastric bypass back in 2004, and so I have to eat when my body says I can eat. I can't. People get really upset at me, like friends, and they don't understand it because they haven't gone through it. But they're like, hey, I'm making pizza. Be ready at 5. It's like, no, Matt can't eat at a specific time. I can only eat when Mr. Stomach says I can, because if I eat when Mr. Stomach says I can't, then I end up getting sick and getting, and vomiting, and that's not. Who the hell likes that? You know what I mean? So I tend to listen to my body telling me, hey, dude, you can eat. And if I feel like I can eat, and sometimes there's times where my body says I can eat, and I'll go grab some food, and, it doesn't agree with me. Like halfway through it, half a sandwich, And then there's these other freakish times, I call it, like when
I could eat a horse.
Like
Sitting a lot 'cause I love horses.
I can eat I don't know, like a freaking truck. I remember my wife and I went to an Olive Garden, and we got the all-you-can-eat Italian, what the basket with the bread and all that and the soup, unending soup or whatever the hell it is. And I ate like, I don't even know, man, like 4 or 5 biscuits. I had a half a bowl of soup, a salad. And I was still able to somehow chunk down some of that cheesy, I don't know, Russia, the vodka, penne or whatever the hell it is. It was so good, I just kept eating it. And then I took it home with me, but...
I'll die if I don't drink soon.
So, it's just a really weird thing to go through. And in retrospect, if I was to, like, I don't know, if I was to redo it, I don't know that I would. Because I love to eat, and it just sucks. You know what I mean? When you can't do something you love, because cooking's a passion of mine. So, I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to go heavy to Coastal. I know what you guys are thinking. We're doing Milton, or Mystery Lake, I mean. Well, actually, let's do that. Let's go to Mystery Lake. The problem with that is I'm going to end up muling the stuff to Coastal. That's kind of what I was thinking when I just said that. But I do remember I did say I wanted to make Mystery Lake camp office because the travel back and forth to Coastal gets a little bit tedious and mundane to watch. So, with that said, Uncle Bonehead, the lunatic who leaped off a cliff and died in season 1. Man, what's that weather out there? My goodness, man. What the hell is going on out there? Someone's trying to kill us or something. Gotta get these dogs out. I gotta go into my buddy's house and get my laundry out of the dryer. I am gonna attempt to eat something and maybe try to record another episode or 2 tonight so I can get them ready and upload them tomorrow, I guess. It's going to be a little bit harder for me to upload because my upload speed where I was just ridiculously fast. It was like crazy fast. This is more of a modest fast, but it's still fiber, so. But if you've seen where I am in Oklahoma, I am in the sticks. I pretty much compare this to what I grew up in. In the middle of the woods. Like, which is fine with me. I feel much more at ease here than Ocala, Florida. Ocala is over-congested. I hate to say it, guys, and if you're from Ocala, I apologize, but it's turning into a total shithole. It really is. There's just people that cannot drive. There's accidents constantly. Maricamp, which is where I lived off of in Silver Springs, was just a freaking bloodbath every day. Accidents galore. It's just so congested. The roads can't handle the traffic. It takes you forever to get anywhere. And when I moved there in 2010, it wasn't like that. Like Dunellen, Florida, for instance, you could just take a little nonchalant drive down through there, relaxing. Now you go down there and it's like freaking bloodfest, man. It's just, and it's super being overdeveloped. They're taking all the horse land. They're just developing the living crap out of it. It's just, I had to get the hell out of there. It's just not me. I moved there because it was me, We thoroughly researched the entire state before I moved down there, and our family had visited Ocala many times over the years, since my early 20s. That was our vacation spot, was the St. Pete and Ocala area. We go over to St. Pete because I had an old martial arts instructor that lived over there, had a dojo. And so he lived in Clearwater, actually, and had a dojo in St. Petersburg. So we'd go over there and just, chill for a few days. Hang out and visit with him, And so anyway, it's been an interesting journey I've had over the last, 32 years. The wife made me humble. I stopped playing in my band and sobered up. Now and then I go on my little binges on the channel. You'll know when I'm drinking. You'll be able to tell, trust me. But I do it. I drink some beer. I like some beer. It's not like I sit around here 24 hours a day doing it. But now and then, so if you hear like 6 or 7, it's just me in a 3-hour, 4-hour recording binge drinking the same day. It ain't like I'm doing it all the time. And if I was, it's really nobody's business anyway. Really, it's my life. I'll do what the hell I want with it. I don't judge anybody for what they do, and I don't pass judgment on people. It's just not the religious Catholic way. You know what I mean? Just not Uncle Barry, man. So, you do you, I do me, man. That's real life as well. Oh, I didn't tell you, my buddy, I had to fly him down to my sister's in Ocala. This is actually funny. Sorry I'm not doing a lot when I'm talking, guys, but I just wanted to fill you in on what was going on. He flew down from Oklahoma. So he had to get into Oklahoma City to the airport. And then he flew down to Orlando because Ocala's dipshit asses don't have they have an international airport, but they won't fly commercial jumbos through there. It's just not big enough. So anyway, small story, whatever, you know what I meant. I flew him down. I paid for an Uber to bring him from Orlando up because I can't drive long distances. You know, it's another reason too with I'm dealing with my disability. It's just I have severe dizziness. So like severe dizziness, like room spinning, have to use a cane, some days walker, dizziness. And so he took an Uber. I paid for it. I paid for his flight. You know, I didn't make him pay any expenses. You know, I helped him get food and all that crap. And he drove. I took the Uber up to my sister's, and he gets there, and I told you guys about that car I bought. I bought a 2019 GMC Terrain, right? Thing's in mint condition. I mean, it looks brand new inside and out. There ain't a scratch on that freaking thing, right? Go to get in it and start, the motherfucker wouldn't start. So not a way to start a trip where you're going to be driving 19 hours to fucking Oklahoma when you get in your brand new car you just paid 18 grand for and the fucking thing won't start. So anyway, I had a jump pack that I'd bought and I'd charge it ahead of time just for little unforeseen shit like this. It's got a booster, you know. It's like 2,500 amps. It's crazy. So I hooked it up there. We finally figured out how to get it to work right. You had to press this little button on it and it says boost, which you couldn't find if you had a fucking road map, but that's besides the point. Anyway, we figured it out. Got it started, and it was just because it was sitting. I didn't drive it. When we pulled it out, it had like divots in the ground, big deep ones, from where it just sat there for like 4 months, you know. But anyway, we made it here in one piece, and it was a long drive. We stayed over in Missouri. I know everyone's saying, why'd you stay over in Missouri? Because we stopped in Tallahassee so he could visit a cousin of his. So we shot up through the corner of Missouri. It was just easier that way. Now, had we not been going to Tallahassee, we would not have went that way, obviously. You know, it takes 75 to 40 west, you know. But anyway, we made it. We stayed over at the motel, me and the pups. You know, car full of stuff. And believe me when I say full of stuff, and my cooler back there, it's, you know, big ass one. And so it was interesting. And, you know, but I wanted to fill you guys in on what was going on. I wanted to pick up on this save. Like I told people in the Rising World, if you see me playing, you know, adding recent content to Series 2, then I'll be picking it back up. And if you see Series 3, then I would be giving it up. But I'm just going to continue on with this one. I don't really see the point in starting it over again. You know, the videos are there for y'all to view. So, but I do want to try not to be a dumbass. And because you know, that goat was totally my fault. I know I hang on about the goat, people. I get it. You know, but it's, you know, it was a pretty weird experience for me because I don't usually die goating. Sorry about that. If it distorted a little bit, I didn't adjust my microphone properly. Anyway. So let's see here. We had that's my stalker run, which like I said, these numbers are a tad off. All these are, because I had over 100-day interloper run, and this was I think I said it was 540. I read the numbers in one of my videos. I can't remember off the top of my head, guys. These are just experimental runs. You know, like when I was, you know, back when I was trying to figure out, you know, the maps a little bit better, try to find something, or, you know, you just kind of want to, you know, easily run through it. So that's what basically these are. Misery, I will say that's pretty damn accurate because Misery is God, I remember I logged into it, you know, right when it first hit the DLC. I think I added it. I can't remember. And it was like, I thought interloper was bad, right? It's like the 3 down meter, and I'm watching my, you know, my condition just go. It's like, what the flying shitballs is that, right? And so, yeah, there's that. Well, we really haven't gone anywhere besides Ash Canyon. I see I got the hell in and out of there quick. Of course, I found the curators and got the backpacks. What the hell's the sense, really? I'll go back and visit it at some point. Indoors, 320 outdoors, so I got to work on that. I want to get my calories down. This is too much. It's hard though when you're recording and you're and stuff. You know, you're trying to pay attention to what's going on with this stuff, and you gotta some of those little details you might have, you know, not wanted to oversee when you're playing, you know, just a regular old game, say by yourself. It's no big deal. It's not like you don't have the calories in Stalker. It's just a peeve of mine. All right. So anyway, I wanted to take this save to 1,000. You know, matter of fact, why I got you guys here. Let me see. Do I have that save still in here? Let me look. Let's take a look. Let me do the Cheaterama 1000 real quick here. Save this and just go see what that save's looking like. I don't even know if I went into it since because I moved it all over this computer from my old one. So let's just do a quick sleep save. I want to show you guys, you know, why we're talking about it. I just want to see what it is. See where I am. I have no freaking clue. So let's go ahead and quit out of here. Do survival. We'll load it up. Stalk. No, it's not even in here. See, it's like I said, this stuff got all borked out, man. That's my 222 game save. Let's log in there real quick and see what the hell that looked like. I don't even remember the save. That's what I mean. My saves got all borked. Yeah, this is still early on. I mean, obviously I was busy. It's just one of my personal relaxation saves, obviously. If you notice, I set them up the same pretty much. I got some chests. Yeah, I don't know. Skillets. And got lots of food. Flakes. This is 222 days out. That's what I mean. You just end up with so much food and Stalker. So, all right. Well, since it's staying there, I'm gonna see if I can find that save though, because that base was pretty badass looking. It was just ridiculous. All right, let's go back in here. It's almost gonna be wrapping up point. Sorry, but guys, if I'm pulling away a lot, my chair's it's not in a really good spot yet. I got to move some things around. I got some furniture, right? Like I said, I got a mattress leaning up against the wall. I got all kinds of things. So if I turn over to when I'm talking to look at my other monitor, I didn't have that problem before the way I had it. So, you know. All right, let's load this in.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
We're about 23 minutes. It was a good intro video anyway. Let's go ahead and pass a few hours. Probably going to save this one here and end it. I'll do a longer video on the next one. I just wanted to jump in real quick, get my feet wet, explain to y'all what I've been doing. I'll try to notate that in the description so people don't think it's like, you know, weird or something. And we'll go from there. We'll drink this one I've already drank 5 times. I don't really need a drink, but I'm gonna. That's the way I roll. All right, we're sleeping for 10 because we're not totally wiped out. It's been a good month since I played, guys, so I'm tad rusty. So all that stuff I recorded before was I made a comment on the channel about me, you know, taking a break for a bit and stuff. And so I'm just explaining to what I've been up to. But anyway, guys, I would really appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe if you could, and I would really appreciate it, and I'd welcome you all back to the channel. I'm glad to be back. I will get out content when I can. Things are still hectic. I still got a lot of things to do. I got a lot of, you know, really important things that I got to take care of, you know, car insurances and getting the plates moved over, my license moved over, and all that stuff down to here, and up to here. I keep saying down. It's up, foo. All right. So anyway, till the next video, guys. Take it easy, man.